I don't even think I'm on the right one. Welcome to the Mike Davis Show. It is December the 12th. It's Tuesday. Welcome to our show. We've got a great guest panel for you tonight. They're very good. We had this whole thing planned out for you today. I will let one of the guest panel tell you why we're doing it tomorrow.
Pivot!
Yes. Yes, it was an entire show, so we have nothing for you. No, I'm just kidding. We have lots for you. We have a Barbara Jean kind of story. It's a day that we have a Barbara Jean kind of story.
Oh, it's going to be spicy.
Barbara Jean's going to like this story. So
But
anyway.
will the day live in infamy?
Yeah, Amanda's here with me if she punches the button.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
Amanda.
Here.
Yes.
You're here.
What happened to our event of the day?
So I ordered this special thing so that we could do a special thing because Saturday's a big anniversary and you'll have to Google it and try and figure out before tomorrow. But it came in a way that I was not prepared for it to come in. And that's never a nice thing to do to a lady. And so we're going to have to deal with it tomorrow. There you go, Mike.
All right, that explained everything. Just as I get the explanations from my wife on credit card purchases, I now understand less than I knew when I looked at the statement. No, I'm just kidding. Darcy doesn't do that to me. But it was a funny line, so I used it. Anyway, Davey's here today with us.
Yay! Hi!
Our own Christmas elf has
That's
shown
right.
up today from the South Pole. Are you a South Pole elf or a North Pole elf?
Official. I'm North Pole.
Okay, because
I'm
the
front
South
line.
Pole are the
Yes.
grumpy ones.
Yeah, no, that's Troy.
Yes, that is Troy. We have a question of the day today we'll get to later that may or may not involve one Mr. Blevins.
Oh, wow.
All right, so Carmela's Pizzeria, they're locally owned and operated by the Tringali family. They've been voted best pizza for 9 years in a row, and they have a New York-style brick oven pizza. They also serve salad, subs, wings, and more. And if you want more in a hamburger realm, you go down to 123 Burger House right down the street. It's about a block and a half away. Tringali's also own that, and they also have an authentic wood-fired pizza. They got ice cream. They offer dine-in, takeout, delivery through both Bite Squad and Grubhub. And the Tringali family and all their staff would like to thank you for your business. They're a long-time St. Augustine staple. Best pizza, best burgers in town.
Absolutely. And opening their doors in 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in time of trouble and hardship. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey. We pride ourselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help our clients meet their insurance needs. We truly enjoy the relationships that we have forged, and the office has a real love for St. Augustine, which inspires all of our best. Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency for all of your insurance needs.
It's so nice to have you back. I just get so emotional when you're the okay. Everybody, I have a call to action, so I'm going to go off script a little bit here tonight. Tonight, I want everybody to go to Blue Water Jewelers Facebook page. They are doing the St. Augustine Youth Services. We know them as SAYS on my t-shirt. Angel Tree. The angels in green on their Facebook page, you'll see they have already been adopted. So like all the boys put their wish list together. They do this every year, and it's super special. Well, there's 12 boys left that still need some holiday gifts. So like Graykin right here, he's interested in riding bikes and he's looking for a football. Colton is interested in video games. He also is looking for a basketball and also another bike. There's more call to actions for a baseball. There's another basketball. So it looks like a lot of like sporting things. So if anybody has a heart out there, go to the local, shop local, of course, always, or go to Target, go to Walmart. Whatever you need to do is let's fill up this angel tree. Let's make sure these guys get exactly what they want. There's nothing better than on Christmas Day to be surprised with something that you absolutely genuinely want. So if you go out and get these gifts, Nicole over at Blue Water is asking that you do not wrap them. Just bring them all in, store-bought, and they'll take care of the rest for you so they can allocate and make sure everybody got all the gifts. So thank you so much, everybody. Head over to Blue Water Jewelers. Shine some light on them. I know, Barbara Jean, you're a huge fan, and I really appreciate everybody putting some attention to this. Thank you.
Thank you, Blue Water Jewelers, for everything that you guys do.
Yeah.
And thanks for helping and support SAYS, which is a phenomenal organization helping youth in our community. Salomon Services, the premier place for personal training in St. Augustine. They specialize in both youth and adult training classes. They have small group strength and fitness development classes. If you've been injured, they can get you back on the court or the field. You'll be in better shape. You'll be safe when you do so. And they have a state-of-the-art center with both indoor and outdoor turf areas. and all of their coaches are certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. Call them today, 904-461-9945, or visit their website, solomonservices.com, and sign up today. Look, you know you're going to make that New Year's resolution that says you want to get in shape. You can start 2 weeks early. You can get in there and get 2 weeks ahead. If you say you want to lose some extra weight, you want to get in better shape, start now. Don't wait till January.
Don't put the pressure of yourself on a New Year's Eve resolution.
That.
You don't need a New Year's resolution. Is this day one or one day? Let's make it day one. Sign it up.
That is right.
Yes.
And you know what?
But I'm never early, Mike. I'm never early.
You should go to a spin class.
Yes!
That's what you should do after say. You should go to Solomon Services and then go do a spin class with Davey.
I'll flush it out.
I have a warning for everyone.
Uh-oh.
I found this at the City of St. Augustine. I was in the utility department today doing work. The 2023 King Tides prediction chart would have been useful before today.
Yes.
Because I could have known when September, October, November, and now December, 13th through 15th.
Wow.
So be careful out there. We do have a king tide. I went and looked. I thought it's not a full moon, but it is a new moon.
Oh, a new moon. That's another one.
Which can also cause a king tide. And then the next one is January 11th through the 13th. I will be keeping these and posting these and letting you know. But you can go to the City of St. Augustine under government and I think resiliency. And then there's a king tide predictor. It took me a few minutes to find it. But it is there. It is a great resource to be able to have. And so I'll be keeping up with this.
For some of your northerner listeners, what does the king tide do to our streets in downtown St. Augustine?
Well, no. For our northern listeners, this is the time when you drive through the downtown and wash off the bottom of your car.
Right. Stop by Troy's house.
Stop by Troy's house. He's got lots of places you just drive by. The higher rate of speed you go, the more stuff you get washed off the bottom of your car. So, yeah.
He says we have to check the flappers. How come you're not doing you jiggle the handle on the flappers.
Here's your king tide chart.
Oh,
Yay!
thank you.
Look at Amanda. It took me 15 minutes on the website. She does it in 15 seconds. Talk about feeling worthless and useless.
How are you as a typer? Do you like search for the letter still? Or are you okay?
Davey. Let me explain typing to you.
Okay.
So my junior year, we are sitting in an overcrowded study hall.
Okay.
We've been in it for about 3 or 4 weeks. Some of the teachers are like, there's too many kids in here. They're talking, they're playing, they're not doing their study hall. We need to divide some of them up. So one teacher came in and said, we have decided to add a typing class. You're not going to get any credit for it, but you can learn how to type as opposed to just sitting here and doing nothing.
Was this Mavis Beacon?
So a bunch of my friends and I looked at each other like, why would we do typing? And then 6 of the most attractive freshman girls.
Oh, of course.
And some of the sophomores and junior girls all raised their hands for typing.
Wow.
That was some of the 5 of us looked at each other and said, that is why we would learn how to type.
Such a typical baseball player answer.
And
Such a typical baseball player
I learned how to type because I was following the girls. Now, I got to college and I typed friends' papers for them because I could type faster than anybody else.
Wow, look at you.
I got paid in beer, which I thought was an incredibly good way to get paid.
That is cool.
But one guy learned not to pay me with the beer before I typed the paper. Because if I was drinking the beer, typing the paper, it wasn't as accurate.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, that was the story of me learning. So I was actually upstairs in the office for the longest time. People would bring me proposals and things to type, and I'm like, just give it to me.
Wow.
I can get this done faster. Just shut
You're like
the door.
a Ferrari.
I got this done. Yes.
Cool.
No hunting and pecking.
My dad's a hunt and pecker.
No.
And that was fine because he was in a job that wasn't electronic until about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And the medical field went to all electronic charts.
Ooh.
And so it was quite a transition for him to figure out electronic charts. And none of the electronic charting systems are the same from one facility to the other.
How's his progression?
It's not universal.
Is he getting better?
Yeah, he was getting better. But there was a lot of
angst,
boomer curse words.
Well, I got to tell you, there's a big shakeup right now with the City of St. Augustine getting rid of the Park Now cards.
Yeah.
So a lot of the boomer population are pissed because the city's saying you have to download this app. Well, I don't download apps on my jitterbug phone.
I don't download no app. I got me a card here.
Right.
And I'm going to use this card until this card runs out. And then I got another one in a drawer that belongs to a family member. And I'm going to use that one until it runs out.
You can.
And then I'm going to bitch about downloading the app.
Exactly.
Did I get it right?
You hit that out of the park. All 7 people that complained, you hit that out of the park. That was excellent.
So it is a Park Now app then?
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
Yeah. It's a way more efficient thing. I would actually like to see.
No, it is not.
Oh, well, please. You can move your Park Now card over to the app, and then they scan your eye and the retina. No, it's very easy.
And then they know where I eat lunch out all the time.
Right. They want to know the license plate.
Yeah.
So that's like the decoder thing is like how they're going to register the license plate to be a local at St. Johns County.
So I went to the ALS walk with you.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've parked in the garage in forever because our church has one of the perks of being a member of our church is we have the parking sticker.
That's
You
really
gotta pay money, but you do get a parking sticker.
That's really
It's
nice.
not free.
That's really nice.
Yeah, you have to be a pledging member. So I never am parking on that side of town.
Yeah.
And so I do have a Park Now card, but it's the older one than even you have. It's like the original one. It doesn't have a picture on it.
Don't
I'll
you
pull
have
it
a
out.
Flagler College trustee
And
parking
so
spot?
I tried to pay with
This is the original one, handed out by Maribel.
No, it is not.
Handed out by Maribel.
He is so proud of himself right now, you guys.
It's not, I swear. Or maybe I just got like the poor person one.
Yeah,
when they
you probably
first
got that
started.
one. Yeah, exactly.
'Cause
And
we
this
have
is
those-
my voter registration card that's right next to my Park Now card.
Shut up, Vicky Oates.
I can't with you right now. What am I supposed to do with this? So I put it I handed it to the dude in the parking garage. I was like, maybe there's money on it. There was not. He did not give me the Park Now discount when I had it.
That's weird.
He charged me the full amount, even though I have the Park Now card.
That should not have happened.
He didn't give me option to refill it.
Oh my God.
And so like, I'm not heartbroken that the Park Now cards.
Call Cynthia
'cause
Garris. We'll
I
fix
never
this out. We're going to get you a refund, boo.
It's annoying.
You know what you should have said? The one thing that ensures that bad things will happen next.
I know Troy Blevins.
Do you know who I work with? I work with Pete Melfi.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want me to have Pete Melfi call you out on the morning show?
I'm
No,
not going
please
to get
don't.
Pete in trouble, but I definitely name drop Troy.
I would have named
It's a
dropped.
50-50 shot, though.
Please, yeah.
Now we know why she didn't get the discount. Now we know why she didn't
It's
get
the
the
parking
discount.
garage,
Yeah.
on it.
Wrong name to drop
Because he's a
downtown.
competitor. He
Yes.
has other parking spots
He's
in
the
town.
neighbor. Isn't he like friendly with his neighbors?
No,
He's
because
in
he has-
competition with
yeah.
the parking garage.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, I heard that on his
Just
lot.
like with political picks, I chose the wrong
You
horse.
chose the wrong one. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I still have it.
No.
I just have to dig it.
All right. I want to see. I want to
Mine's
see
in the
the
car.
version 2 of the Park Now
This
card.
is the one I have.
That's the one
It's
I
not-
have.
Oh no, that's version 2. That ain't version 1.
No, this is the
No,
first one.
no, that's not the.
No,
first
that's not the
It's
first
just-
one.
No.
Oh, I got the
With the one that he
450.
said that Joe
I
Bull
got
said
the
was the first
450
one.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I have that one too.
No.
Yeah.
No. Nice try.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need it
Nice
now.
try, millennial.
I don't even need
Way
to
to go, millennial.
I don't even need to go to the water building and refill it.
Apparently,
You have to go to a physical location to refill
It's
it. You
so
can't-
random.
apparently, boomers know a little bit more about Park Now cards. Just saying.
well,
Maybe that's why we don't want to lose
Because
them.
it was a hot topic. You put it in the
was.
newsletter.
I
Yes.
defer to the wisdom of the ages.
Oh, Lordy.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
and since I have my wallet out, I also have my voter registration card.
That you guys got me on. I
Your
do
turn,
not have
Davey?
that. No,
Your turn?
I do. My wallet is in my car, which is locked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do have the Park Now card. I do not have my voter registration card though
No?
with me. They have to look me up.
That's right.
And if you don't know, then you need to figure it out. 'Cause I don't have to get ready. You need to stay ready.
Melissa, residents do get 50 cents an hour instead of $2.50.
Oh yeah.
It's a great deal if you're a resident of the city. So, yes.
I'm thinking helicopter is the way to go downtown. Just
Helicopter?
Yeah, maybe on top of the treasure or something. That would be an easier.
Do you have a
parking spot.
connection?
I think doesn't Uber don't they have like an Uber black?
Before I try to land on the Treasury at a night, I would text Troy and make sure he's not up there.
Right, true. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I know how it's his getaway spot.
Yeah, it is his getaway spot. He
Yeah.
goes there to meditate.
He howls at the
He
stars.
goes there to meditate, is what I've heard.
Barbara Jean is saying she lost sound. Add it in the comments if you can still hear us. Davey, can you listen to us on the headphones?
Oh yeah,
See if we're still there.
I can see.
Are we still there? Hang
Yes.
on.
We still have captions, so I think we're still there.
Oh wow, it is
Yeah.
such an experience.
Unfortunately, I can hear
Yeah.
all of us. Yes, we're still
Yes?
there.
All right.
Yeah,
This
we're still
is
there.
so.
All right, Barbara Jean, refresh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
All
all.
right.
Just checking.
Yes. You know, this is so cool to get people to engage. It's such a Pete Melfi lesson. If you want to know if you're out there, ask him to help you with the podcast.
When I started, we always say, like, the share button's broken. Let's try the share button.
I know. I love I have learned so much from Pete of the art of communicating with people.
That's
it is
nice.
just, it's amazing. All right, just like the morning show, we have a question of the day.
Oh, look at us.
Question of the day.
And it's coming from the right chair.
It is coming from the right chair.
Yeah,
so,
true.
question of the day. If I had a hat, I'd adjust it. I'd fix my glasses. I'd kind of move some things around, which is what Troy usually does.
A lot of spittle.
Question of the day. Who is the whiniest person that you know? The whiniest person that you know, whether
I'm a
they're right or
mom.
wrong. Huh?
I'm a mom. My answer is very basic. It's either one of the kids or it's me because of the kids.
I feel like someone chickened out of the pregame planning for this
Hey,
answer.
I was
David.
not a part of that. That was you
feel
guys.
like somebody chickened out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Troy Blevins. I really think, he goes through a lot. He's got a lot of different facets to his life. And he just really has, his great-grandmother's grandmother breastfed his grandmother wrong. So ever since then, it's been a chain reaction of bad stuff. And so he really does have a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I have talked to him twice since he's been back from Iceland, and both times he's whined.
Yeah.
Both times. One about the job he was doing. I'm back and I'm really not ready for this job and I came back on the wrong day and blah, 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 blah.
The cat bit the
And
dog.
then, oh my gosh, yes.
Was
Hot
his
mess.
good attitude put on ice?
No, the bathroom wasn't done. It was supposed to be done while he was
Yes.
away. And there's a big shower thing. And Blake is using the hose in the back. It's a horrible
It's
situation.
terrible.
So, yeah.
Well, now
terrible.
everyone on the street is going to be grumpy.
I know. Because it's going to flood with
I
the king
think-
tides. Get out there. There's the water
Yes,
for him.
get out there. The
Siphon
king
the
tide-
hose.
The king tide is coming, baby. It's coming.
So Troy is going to be Cousin Eddie with the shitter being full.
Yeah, totally.
yes,
That is
100%.
totally him. Yes.
100%.
He is totally Cousin Eddie.
100%. All right. We have been promising Barbara Jean a stripper story for a while.
Very nice.
And there just hasn't been any,
Right.
right? I mean,
They've taken the holidays off.
my computer told me you're not allowed to look at these stories anymore.
Did you turn on Safe Search?
Oh my God.
Darcy
Yeah,
did.
His company Wi-Fi is blocking him from looking up these stories.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's terrible. It's horrible. So anyway, the only really good stripper story I have involves Hunter Biden.
Oh, geez.
Of course it does.
Great.
It
Ding.
Yes.
There we go.
So it's how Hunter allegedly spent his money instead of paying taxes, because there was an indictment last week, right? And I was. Among his biggest expenditures Hunter made was payments to various women totaling, you want to guess, Amanda, how much he spent to various women between 2016 and 2019?
3
the years
years.
his dad was not the vice president of the United States.
Okay.
Okay,
3
hold on.
years. How much did he spend?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is it? I'm going to say
I'm going to say 1,500 a pop.
I want to say 2 million total.
$2 million.
You're going to, you went high.
I went high.
I'm going 220,000.
Brother was snorting Parmesan.
But this is only paying for the young lady.
$683,212. The cents
Clay
are
was
not
the
here. I'm a little
closest.
disappointed. Yes. Clay was pretty close.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yes.
Clay was the closest.
Clay was pretty darn close to that.
It's interesting how Clay knew how to be so
Yes.
close to that number.
How did you know how to
Bless her.
estimate that so quickly, Clay?
B
Bless her.
laser. Yeah, I
So
see you.
apparently he wasn't. He wasn't.
Clay, you win a tile.
Yeah. Clay, you want a tile?
Please
leave
take
it.
the tile.
We'll leave it on the desk for you, Clay.
Or carousel ornaments. I have a whole box in
No,
my van.
no. You're not to take them. He actually really likes it. So
Okay.
we're gonna keep the tradition.
Oh, good. I have a whole box of more ornaments.
He
in my
wants
van.
more of the Florida man to be incorporated, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite is if we ask an OnlyFans question now,
Okay.
the answers that Blake gives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Blake gives an in-depth answer and then gives a rating on the person that's in the OnlyFans, whether or not
Wow.
they're good. Yes.
He looks it up while we're talking
Yes, he
about
does.
it.
He does.
And then he tells us whether she should be on OnlyFans or not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, he does.
He does.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
That's
okay.
why Safe Search got turned on in this
Oh,
building.
that's why. Definitely.
That's why Safe Search had Blake walked in and all of a sudden the alarms are going off. No, but he was trying to make these business expenses. He was writing up the payments to the strippers and the prostitutes as business expenses.
Enrichment.
Well, they know as much about, what was it, Barisma as he does. I'm sure that they were consulting.
Yes.
Of course. They were there as therapists.
Therapist. Consultants. It's the catch-all.
So I guess this is a little late, but does this mean that stupid laptop thing was real? Just asking for a friend.
They confirmed that a very long time ago.
Did they really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's also another one.
Yes.
Oh,
And
there's two.
There's at least three. There's two that we have our hands on, but evidently there's a story about him being overseas and like the Russian mafia coming in and seizing another one. So he was like, "You're asking me about a laptop. Which one?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need to know more information before I can answer that question.
Right.
Apparently, he also spent $397,000 on clothes and personal accessories, including at high-end clothing stores. Now, I don't know if this is a high-end one or not, but Davey will.
I will definitely tell you.
Rag and Bone.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. Best jeans ever. Yes. They're amazing. Yeah.
$397,000.
That legit
jeans.
sounds
Oh, yeah,
like a
totally.
dog toy
Those
company.
jeans will average about $350 a pop.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to
That
probably
company name sounds like a dog toy company.
Rag and Bone. Yeah, I know.
All right.
He also
They have
used
an outlet by my friend in San Francisco. So if you want
Yes.
something, let me know.
the indictment alleges that
I don't think I can afford even the outlet.
The indictment, please go with
Yes,
Hunter.
I
Let's
know.
hear his.
The
Okay.
indictment alleges that
I want to know the strippers' names. What was their name?
Tiffany is always
Rag
one.
and
What am
Bone.
I?
Rag and Bone. Rag and Bone. Rag and Bone.
I'm
Yes.
in it for the win.
Yes. The indictment alleges that Hunter Biden used a business line of credit to pay at least $27,000 to an
course he
unspecified
did.
pornographic website.
They all do this though. It's
So
not
Troy,
just
make
him.
sure Blake does not have a line of credit.
Yeah, of course.
That could get out of hand quickly. Really quickly. Don't do that. And $1,500 payment to an exotic dancer via Venmo.
So I told you it was $1,500 a pop. Didn't I say that?
Yes, you did.
I was
You nailed
right.
it.
B laser.
Charles Barkley's
I'm like,
advice.
Hunter, you nailed it.
Charles Barkley's advice on this has been true from Jesse Smollett on. You pay in cash.
Oh, with
Pay
a
in
check.
cash. You do not pay with a
Who
check.
writes a check
You
for
pay in
Jesse
cash.
But also,
Smollett.
you wouldn't pay on Venmo. I mean, his dad helped to make it so that Venmo's being watched by the government. Like, why would you use
This
Venmo?
was before his dad was the president that could make it watched by that. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe he went to the IRS and said, I need to keep an eye on Hunter. Can we just watch everybody's Venmo and that way I'll know what Hunter's doing?
So did they
Clay
predict
says,
that
"Can
this
you
was
do
going
that?"
to happen as deep as this is going? Like, I don't like. I wonder what like PR is doing right now for this because it's pretty messy. It's getting like I'm seeing a storm getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
You would think, but they're just not talking about it.
Eh.
And
still in the
anytime
news.
they ask Jean Pierre, whatever her name is, every time they ask her, she's like, well, we're not going to discuss family issues. And it's like, well, this is a little bit bigger than discussing family issues.
Can you,
Yeah.
can you
This is
discuss how
national
much
security.
money was shared within the family that came from overseas?
Right. There seems to be a
Can you
lot
ask
of
that question?
controversy there.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can't ask those kinds of questions.
Bobby thinks that Rag is not a great name for a stripper.
Bones, maybe. So funny.
Might have to change the ending letter on that.
Yep.
Just saying. All right. So I got an email today from one of the vendors that I use, and it's 28 bad internet behaviors.
Oh, okay.
And I thought,
Is
okay,
it searching stripper stories for Barbara Jean?
Could be on there.
Number
that's
one.
number 3. That's number 3.
Bobby also has challenged us with making roundabout ornaments for the next tree.
Cool idea.
Ooh,
Cool idea.
Ooh,
I've
yeah.
already got
idea.
ideas.
Yeah, roundabout ornaments
Did you
are
see
on the
that
next
tree
tree.
I sent you with the one where they spray painted the beer cans like all red? I think I tagged you in that one. I'm like,
I don't know.
I'll give you the picture.
If it was
so cool.
Instagram, then I haven't looked.
No. It was on face pages, and I know you reacted to it, but I know that you've been on a roller coaster of
Yes.
LIFE.
Oh my gosh.
What
Now I
happened?
know. I talked earlier in the show about those expenses on the credit card.
Uh-huh.
My wife just texted me, I have those jeans from Rag & Bone.
See? They're amazing. Me too.
That
I like your bear-
explains something now.
And that means that Darcy's watching the show.
Yes,
Hi, Darcy.
hello, Darcy. We have a big end of the year show. Cookies would be great on Thursday.
You should be counting your blessings because the other week you and I were talking about an Hermes bag, and Darcy has not texted you that she brought that yet.
I don't think Darcy would text.
I don't think she would, girl.
So I learned about Hermes because I'm just a poor country girl. I learned about Hermes when I read Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, yeah.
And the boss lady.
Absolutely.
She had her Hermes
Her Birkin bag,
scarves.
yes. Call Patrick. Get me Patrick.
And so it took me years to figure out that a Birkin bag was also Hermes because I learned about the Birkin because of Sex and the City. But
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
So now you're
They're all
connecting the brand
connected,
together,
yes.
and it's actually started as a horse saddle company in France from back in the day.
Didn't Prada?
No,
No,
Dior.
Gucci. Dior?
Christian
Okay.
Dior.
All right.
Started as a horse saddle company.
Oh, Gucci
I thought
too.
Gucci,
too. Yeah.
Gucci did.
They started as a horse saddle company? Was
Yeah.
it started by Marquis de Sade?
Oh no.
Just trying to throw something else in there for you guys
Something
tonight.
that you know.
Just think about
when you start
that.
talking football, this is exactly what it's like for me. I'm like, well, let me talk about what the pigskin's made out of. I don't know.
Well, I tried to watch the shows while I was out, but it was like wall-to-wall football when Amanda's not in the room.
Right.
So I was like, all right.
It was such a good day.
No wonder Mike wasn't
I
so
know.
eager for me
Every
to be
answer
back.
wasn't Taylor Swift. It was so good.
well, you
That's
know.
not me. That's him.
That's me,
All right.
totally.
So according to this newsletter I got,
Okay.
account security mistakes. Using the same password for everything.
Yeah, true.
That's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing.
That's a very bad thing.
All I can think is Spaceballs, the password for the oxygen,
Yeah.
the oxygen door on the
What
country
was it?
was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And someone's like, that's the password? That's like what an idiot would have on their luggage.
Yes.
And Lord Helmet's like,
Yeah.
change the password on my luggage.
So it's funny you mentioned that. Number 2, setting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as your password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
is-
can't do that.
You're one of 1.5 million people who used and lost this password in 2022.
Yeah.
And hackers can crack it in under a second. It takes them that long to type that?
It takes them that long to guess that you're that much of an idiot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you've ever watched a Mel Brooks movie, you know don't use that password.
Never use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the word password or the word QWERTY as your password.
Wait,
Never
QWERTY?
QWERTY. It's a QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY.
I would have
QWERTY.
never
Yes.
gotten. Okay.
Clay
Yes.
said that
Typing specialist
Back
over
to
here.
typing. This is just a theme
Yeah.
for the show. Typing.
Very nice.
Clay said he was told to change his password and he uses Face ID. Come on, Clay.
Oh, Clay.
That's why you want to learn about those girls in the business
Yes.
exam.
There it is. Yeah.
Keeping passwords on sticky notes. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Not using two-factor authentication. Let's
Yeah, you need
see.
to do that nowadays.
So annoying.
Accidental exposure of sensitive data. Clicking on links in strange emails.
You don't click.
Don't click on the link.
Right.
Never click
I'm not going to
on
out the
the
person,
link.
but someone was like, an older person was like, can I check my email on your computer? And I was like, yes, just don't get me hacked. They immediately open an email for a free horoscope and click the link. And this is not someone that even likes horoscopes, doesn't believe in astrology at all.
Wow.
Clicks on it, clicks for the free horoscope, and my computer just starts. And I was able to get it
would've
back.
lost my mind.
But I like, are you kidding me? That was the one thing I said.
How old was this person?
Born in the 50s.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just checking.
So they're just clicking things.
Yes.
They say never check your bank account on a public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't
not
have anything in
making-
my bank account, so it's fine.
I
Yeah.
know.
Not making backups. Uploading files to the cloud as they are.
Part of what I did while I've been convalescing is backing up photos, but I
Yeah.
don't know that is what they're talking
Yeah.
about.
I literally sync Dropbox and it
Yeah.
just literally just throws everything in there.
My Dropbox is full.
My iCloud is almost full. My Dropbox is almost full. It's like you have
Yeah.
to pay for digital storage. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Over relying on your antivirus software. Isn't that what it's there
Do
for?
we have antivirus software
Isn't
anymore?
that what it's
Isn't
there
that like,
for?
what is that,
Yeah, that's the
1992?
thing I always click. I don't need it
Yeah,
to
you
renew
don't
it.
need
I
that
don't know to
anymore.
renew
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
He turned like a lunatic and then he started murdering people in the islands. Yes,
McAfee became
yeah.
the problem that he was
Right.
trying to solve.
Yeah.
I
He's
use a different company.
very annoying.
Leaving your screen unlocked.
Dropbox is trash.
Leave-
Yeah, of course.
Leaving your screen. Not using a computer password. Thinking your device is inherently secure.
A lot of these problems are solved if you have children that you don't want to find inappropriate material on the internet.
Yeah.
You have to put passwords on everything.
Oh, that's just, see, I don't have to deal with that. I'm in marketing. I have to see everything.
I had to put password as soon as my kids could reach computers. And as soon as they could like play with phones, I had to put passwords on everything.
You know what? My niece, who's 6,
Yeah.
literally can navigate through an iPad or a phone like it's incredible.
Yeah.
That blows my mind to watch this little person just go phew, 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 phew,
Yeah.
phew. And it was like,
scary.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That was the moment I was like, oh yeah, we need some passwords. Yeah.
Yep. Say search on.
Right.
Yeah, that was, I've told this story lots of times before. Our daughter was in like 5th grade and we had internet at the house. It was on one, standalone computer and the laptops weren't really a thing. And she had to do a story on the American Girls. She wanted to do American Girls book story.
Okay.
And so Darcy said, can you pull up some information so she can write her book? And I said, yeah, if you take her out of the room first.
Yeah.
And she said, what do you mean? Well, I'm getting ready to type American Girls into the search engine.
Yeah.
I don't
that
know.
would be a trick. See, I don't
There's
type those
Davey.
things.
Finally, the light bulb went off with Davey.
I don't type those kinds of
Light
things.
bulb.
I was way ahead of you on that one.
I'm thinking the doll, American Girl doll. Like
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was hoping would come up.
But that's on page 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that
And
was
I didn't think typing American Girl doll was going to help the search engine anymore.
probably
Yes.
not. To be
Yeah,
honest
I
with you,
didn't
yeah.
think that
going
was
to.
going to help either.
That's the big on the wish list
Yeah,
this
I
year,
like
by
that
the
Darcy
way.
said, seriously,
Yeah.
you want me to type that into the search engine?
So as soon as my oldest daughter became woman sized, then I would have to she would want to search for something for a Halloween costume.
Oh, very sexy.
I would
yeah.
have to send her out, do a search, archive a list, and then ask her what she wanted from the list. Because you can't search colonial dress for women,
Right, yeah.
and have it not come up with boobs to your chin because it's all corseted and the harem skirts and it's a
So I'm
problem.
going to tell you a quick story.
I have an inappropriate question before
Oh,
the
go
quick
ahead.
story.
Please do it.
Was Louis standing over you going, that would be great, Amanda, for you. That would be great for you. Was he? Okay,
Louis was at work.
all right. Then it was safe to do the search. It was safe to do the search. All right, Davey,
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Troy was talking. I guess he may have had a penis joke or something on the morning show, and literally it got into my algorithms, and so all of my ads are
Thanks. Now
shirts.
mine are going to be in there.
I know,
Thanks.
it's horrible.
Now mine
I
and
know.
Amanda's algorithm
So
is
literally
screwed up.
all of my ads are shirts with penises all over the place. It's so fun. And so the guys were we were on our text feed, and I screenshotted how many people, there were 1,200 people watching the football game one night. I was like, guys, we broke the record or something. And Clay goes, Davey, your ads. Whoa, bro. I went, oh! I don't ever look at the ads, but yeah, I was like, oh, well, there it is. Welcome to gay culture there.
So
Now, I have seen another observation, right?
Yeah.
What a phenomenal way for Davey to cover everything he's been looking at.
Oh, sure.
To blame it on the morning
I'm
show.
some Troy,
and
of all people.
Because that's exactly
I
how
will
it
go back
happened.
to the show
It
in
had
which-
nothing to do with Davey whatsoever. 100%
Not
Troy's
me.
fault.
Yes, please.
So we've talked about how
They call me Guadalupe in the streets for a reason.
we've talked about how I have a history of buying my mom phallic items from other countries
Right,
and bringing it
right.
back to her.
Yeah.
So she's like, people are asking me for an Amazon Christmas gift list, and I don't know how to make it. And I was like, oh, I can make it for you. And she was like, oh, I would love to see what you would put on an Amazon gift list for me. And I was like, got you, girl. So she goes out of the room and I've got her phone and I'm building an Amazon gift list.
Oh,
and I
girl.
spend some time putting actual things that I think that she would like. And then in the process of searching for planters, because my mom likes plants and she's got a green thumb, there was a very graphic planter.
Send me the
And
link.
I was like, and we're adding that to the list.
Yeah, you better.
And so when I finished the list, I'm like, Mom, I want you to come and check it out. Make sure I did, added things that you like before I send it out to everybody. And so she opens it. She's like,
She saw it right away. I would have hidden it at the
well,
bottom.
it was the last thing I added.
Oh, that was so funny.
So
That's
funny.
so
And
funny.
then she's like, how do I delete it? And I was like, this is where you learn how to edit a
Yeah,
Christmas list.
unhard.
Unless you can delete it, it's going out to everybody. She deleted it.
So funny.
Yeah, that I would have deleted.
Oh.
I was
In other news, when's your birthday, Davey?
Oh, October 29th. You better best
Okay.
believe it. Yeah.
October the 29th.
We got your gift covered.
We got,
excited.
yeah.
Perfect.
I'll be going down to Costa Rica. I'll bring you something back from there.
All right.
My son asks what we were all laughing about. My daughter
I might
knew-
not make it through customs, but I will try to bring it back.
Hey, it's the thought that counts.
My daughter knew that I had added it, but I didn't show it to her because it is anatomically correct and very accurate. And so I wasn't going to show it to her, but she knew it was on there. So she knew what we were laughing about. My son comes into the room and asks why we're laughing. And I was like, it's a planter. And he was like, okay, so why is that funny? I was like, it's for succulents. And my mom almost fell out.
Oh,
That's funny. That's very, very funny.
You're very good at the pun.
Very, very good.
Mom
Very,
jokes.
very good. All right, so we'll change this. I have some inspirational quotes.
Oh, cool.
Darcy sent me these the other day, and I got a chance to look at them. So there's 5 quotes.
Okay.
All right. Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen to us.
100%.
I think that's true.
All you can be is a kind and compassionate and curious human being, as opposed to worry about the door that's slammed shut in your face. There's going to be one that opens. You just have to keep being a kind and compassionate person. Yeah.
Amanda, I know you're texting your
Yes,
Amazon
I'm
list to other
answering.
people.
Yeah, I think
How many people asked you for your Amazon list right there
I
in the
know
notes?
it's a lot. I'm getting spammed right now. So I think that's very true. I mean, like everything that you go through makes you the person that you are and prepares you for the next thing.
We might not understand it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go through something horrible and you can't make sense of it, but ultimately that prepares you for being able to help somebody else through the same thing. I've had that experience in my life, and it gives meaning to the pain and the suffering that you're going through.
Your horror story is somebody else's survival guide.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen. Oh, wait, I read that one.
Yeah. You
Sorry,
were
I went backwards.
really intentional.
Boy, I need to learn how to use a phone. Not getting what you want either means you don't
Android.
want it enough or you have been prevented from making a terrible mistake.
There's a little bit of truth to that, I think.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what? I think jealousy gets a bad rap. This is sort of like, it kind of spins into this because I think jealousy just reminds us that we want something. Instead of it being, then you start being envious. That's where it starts getting into the cloud. But if you're jealous of something, it just means you want something that you're not fulfilling in your life. You need to go for it.
Yeah. I mean, having a healthy hunger for something and feeling disappointment for not getting it, it will either drive you towards it or it will, instruct you that maybe isn't where you need to spend your efforts.
I am writing that down for spin class tomorrow. Healthy
I
hunger.
suddenly feel like I'm listening to Rocket at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy. But what if we want something? What if I take something from someone? That's illegal. But what if I wanted more than that?
True.
All right. Number 3. Sometimes life doesn't give you what you want, not because you don't deserve it, but because you deserve more.
True.
Well, that's the Garth Brooks song. Like, thank God for unanswered prayers.
I've never heard it.
You've never heard Garth Brooks's?
No. I heard Friends in Low Place. It's nice.
Nice.
I don't believe you've never.
So dismissive.
What did Kevin Costner say to Madonna at Truth or Dare? He said, your show is very neat. She goes, neat? No one's ever called my show neat before.
That is such a
I
bad
will do more homework on, what's his name, Billy Bob who?
Yeah.
Garth Brooks.
I think she misunderstood. I think he said, do you use neat?
Yeah. Oh, no. Do you use neat? Isn't that the hair removal? No, that's Nair.
I think if you bought her book from the 90s, you would know.
Oh, that was a great book. I wish I did. You know how much that thing is going on Amazon
sure.
or eBay right now?
Didn't they have to put like a hinged metal cover on it because bookstores wouldn't stock it
And you know
without
what's so
some sort
funny
of sealing mechanism?
Because I've seen the book. So if you saw it today, you'd be like, this
It's
is
so
normal.
tame. Yeah.
Because that's what society is right now.
Yeah.
Like when you're just looking for Halloween costumes, it's the same thing as the Madonna book from the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, no. The Madonna book's way toned down from the costumes.
Probably.
Way toned down.
Probably.
Why
There's
do
stu-
you know
there's
Mike
stuff
Davis?
that
I know Mike Davey knows.
No, there's somebody that told Madonna, you can't wear that. It's too risque. And now it's an ad for a Halloween costume.
Right. True story.
Yeah.
True story.
Number 4, I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I have ended up where I needed to be. This happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I will get stuck in a line or I will get lost. I will be 10 minutes late because of some crazy thing. And I will run into somebody I would not have run into if I was on the time schedule that I intended to be on, or I went the way I intended to go.
So there's a Taylor Swift song that talks about the invisible string. And there is an invisible string in life that actually pulls you in the direction that you need to be in. You need to not fight against the earth. You need to go with the ebbs and flows.
Anytime I'm stuck in traffic or I catch, 30,000 red lights or someone cut me off or whatever, and then I get to my destination and that parking space right in front opens up right as I'm pulling up, I always thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
You held me back just so I could get
Just so I
Rockstar
could go.
parking.
Right.
And I see you.
See? Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
We're not in control. All we can be is
Not
just a
at all.
kind and compassionate person.
This one applies to this show today. When things don't go as planned, that's when the adventure begins.
Absolutely. You can pivot.
Yes.
It's fun. And what have we been doing? We've been training on pivot for years.
Yes.
Exactly. Pivot.
That's all we do.
All right. We've got about 20 minutes.
Cool.
Amanda, you have missed all of the relationship advice.
Oh, yeah. We need your help.
that we have been dissing out here. I'm not sure that it's healthy advice, but we've been dissing it out anyway. With the disclaimer, we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, I watched the shows with Davey on it because I knew you weren't talking about football.
See? Yes.
Yeah, those were the shows dedicated to Taylor Swift watching football.
Her birthday's coming up, by the way.
So, okay, this segment is Be Like Mike, millennial relationship advice and questions. So
okay.
everybody writes in, Hello, Mike. My new employee did something strange on the phone. And I've changed all names just so everybody knows.
Please do.
My coworker, Sally, recently hired a new grad, Jane. As Sally was making the verbal offer over the phone, she asked Jane if she had any questions. Jane replied, no, but my father does. Then Jane's father took the phone and started asking Sally questions about the offer. The questions range from logistics about onboarding and asking if Jane could arrive late on her first day. Is there any way to respectfully give the parent feedback that they are not helping their child in this case?
Yes, you rescind the offer for the job.
You would disqualify that because she's a lunatic parent.
That's so.
What if she was like afraid of her father?
So that's a whole other thing. And you can't know that in a 30-second conversation. But I just think back to a situation. My husband's been in management and had to hire and fire people over and over again. And there was a situation where a bunch of underage employees got their of-age employee friends to get them alcohol and take it onto what they thought was a private area to drink. Yeah. Partway through the experience, they realized that there was a camera there. So they look at the camera and start flicking off the camra and making faces.
Well, and then you have me at the low here.
All of the people that did that and all of the underage drinkers and all of the of-age drinkers that supplied alcohol, they all got fired.
Yeah.
Well, one of the girls that double flicked off the camera, her mom came in to chew out my husband about firing her 19-year-old daughter who had just conned of-age people to drink on the clock. Yeah. She wasn't even clocked out. Right. To drink alcohol on the clock. And then when she realized she was being filmed, made a big show of F you.
So what was the mom's excuse?
The mom was just like, well, this is completely unacceptable. She got no warnings. It wasn't communicated.
Baby, that's a capital offense, honey. Yeah.
Like,
the brand is the beacon. You are wrinkling the brand.
So he ended up pulling up the video and he's like, how do you expect me to respond to this?
Right. That was the right thing to do.
And she finally just dropped it at that point.
Yeah,
but she was threatening lawyers. She was threatening all kinds of stuff.
The kid said something not the truth. And when you showed the truth serum, that's a bitter pill to swallow.
Of course. But that puts you in a position of, unless you have surveillance cameras everywhere and you're willing to show receipts like that, unless you are exact in documenting, it puts you in a position that you're going to have this parent up your butt suing you over any possible thing, even if you're completely in the right.
It's a liability, baby.
Yeah.
So how old was the kid?
19.
No. In the question, do we get?
I don't get that
answer.
We
don't know. So here's my thing. If the only way I can excuse the parent is if it's like a 15, 16-year-old first job, that I can excuse.
Okay.
Anything over 18 and above, you should not hire this person.
Okay.
And you should just simply tell the parent, I appreciate you letting me know that you were the one coming to work and I didn't see your resume, I didn't see your references, so I'm not hiring you.
Would you really say that?
Yeah. I'm not. I'm going to tell you guys a story. So I went to, our daughter Wesley went to UCF for orientation. There was a 2-day or day and a half list of things
Stunning
that
human
the
being,
parents
by the way.
could do, right? And I went to the financial aid portion, which I learned I never needed to go back to again. And then I went to, I think I did go to one other one. And then I went to the one about the meal plan, right? That's all I need. Wesley looked at me and she says, well, where are you going the rest of the day? I said, I have work to do. This is your college experience.
Yeah.
This isn't for me to figure this out. This is for you. And the dad that stood up in the middle of the financial question about, well, can I come here and bring a check and pay for my son's tuition in front of everyone? And you're like, you can give him a credit card. You can let him pay it. You can do it you can mail it in. I'm like, dude, you really got to ask that question here. I don't think your son's making it in college, right?
Right.
So I told him, I said, you don't need to do this. So we go off to Reese's College, same thing. We go off to Ethan's. I go to financial aid, which I'm like, I'm done. I'm never doing another one again. I take Matt, our youngest. Darcy and I go together. It's like a weekend celebration, right? We go, we drop him off. We did meet him for lunch. We ran into some other parents. We had been day drinking. We ran into some other, but we're celebrating. Our last one is going to college, right?
True, yeah.
And the parents are like, this is our first one. We didn't see you anywhere. Where you guys been? We've been drinking.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
in a bar, right? We're in a bar. And they're like, you went drinking? I said, yeah. It's their college experience, not mine. This is our 4th time. I don't need to hear this stuff again. They need to hear it. And they need to figure it out. It's their life. I'm responsible for paying, but they're responsible for staying in school and getting their grades. So it was really easy for me to let them go. You guys you're old enough. You need to figure this out. It's not my responsibility to hold your hand through college.
See, I've been on my own since 15.
Yeah.
So I really had to learn this by myself. And it was fine. It was a great learning lesson. My dad and my parents were just like, ready, set, go. And they were like, figure it out. So I was like, I'll just be a superstar and everything will be paid for and I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
My parents, I got a scholarship to my college and my dad is like, okay, well, you can either keep your scholarship or you can get a job that will pay the amount of your tuition that scholarship will pay.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 options.
Yeah.
And I took that serious.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. Hi, Mike. My mom wants to steal her dead ex-boyfriend's ashes.
Nope.
My mom's first love died recently. The plan for his remains is for them to be cremated and for them to be where his current wife will keep them in an urn. My mom is upset and she wants some of the ashes so that they can scatter through the journey that they've spent throughout their lives. Assuming that she can do this without alerting his family and thus adding to their pain, do you think this would be appropriate to tell her not to do this?
You're both looking at me. This is a hard no.
Yeah.
That is selfish. That is what you want to do with his remains. You aren't the one that was with him when he died. You aren't the one that had the conversation as he was dying of what he wanted to have happen with his ashes. And the family that he had when he passed, they're the ones responsible for carrying out those wishes.
I think that's a trigger too, for me too, because I just, if you don't do their last request, how they want to be respectfully gone. I mean, there are some wives out there that'll say no, he would want what I would want. And I don't think that's fair either. Yeah. So whether they want to be cremated or buried. Would you have any insight on this?
Yeah, I first of all, if I was a daughter, it is a hard no as well.
Yeah,
right?
True. Yeah.
Because wherever they're currently at, whatever that relationship, you have to assume that they didn't look at the person and go, hey, by the way, the person that I divorced some years back and I haven't spent any time with, could you give my ashes to them? Because I really have no idea what they're going to do to them, but it might be interesting and fun in the afterlife, right? No, right? Yeah. But if I'm the child, I might go, Mom, let me see what I can do for you. Go burn something, bring back some ashes, go, I got these, go spread them, but don't tell anybody.
Maybe an old T-shirt or something. Maybe they could find some sort of common ground that way. I don't know. Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
That's just so... It's so weird because it's like, if you love this person so much, why didn't you stay with them? Why weren't they your everyday one and only until they passed? Why wasn't that the case? It's not you're not part of his journey anymore.
Right.
Like you don't
He's
get to
married to somebody
hijack
else,
his
yeah.
remains from somebody else.
Right, just because
and the
you
family,
have
just because
feelings.
you
Well,
have
thank
an
goodness
impulse.
he's not buried.
Yeah,
Right? They go
true.
digging him up
She'd
and
be a
then dragging him
lunatic.
around.
Right. Okay, here we go. Not your average wedding night. I'm married, but still a virgin. Every time I try to initiate something, my husband won't allow me to take my bra and panties off. Can you please give me some advice? This is a rough one.
Wait, you're last. You go last. You go last on this one. You don't get to go first. So a couple, one, congratulations, right? If that was your goal to make it to your married life, I think that's awesome, right?
Love that.
However, if you can't initiate anything, right? And it's like part of the reason for being married is you can share that intimacy.
Right.
If you can't share that intimacy, it's like, why'd you get married, right? I mean, you're going to have a relationship that has no intimacy. That scares me.
Yeah.
So they should definitely try to figure that out because this is just the beginning of the newlywed part.
Right.
And yeah, that kind of worries me.
I'm like, go to counseling or go straight to a divorce attorney. I'm not quite sure.
Well, have that conversation. You need to have that conversation, have a glass of wine or ice cream or whatever it is that you guys unwind and share. And have the conversation of what are your expectations for intimacy in this relationship. I mean, it's one thing if you guys were
Maybe he doesn't know how. That's another scary thing too.
I mean, he might
There's
be
classes for that.
intimidated.
True.
He might not want to disappoint.
Did you say Le Mans?
Yeah.
The race car? Did you say Le Mans?
No, Lamaze, like the
okay.
breathing.
I was like wondering how watching
Lamaze
race
is
cars
after they've had intimacy.
Exactly. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh, Lordy.
So yeah, you have a conversation, and if you are not on the same page, and that is a deal breaker, then you can get an annulment at that point because you haven't consummated.
That would be sad though.
This is bad, but I would feel terrible if really truly in love with someone and you've waited and you've saved that and it's like, and they're like, no, I'm really not ready for that. It's like, wait, what?
This is what
That would be devastating.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That would be
For
devastating.
both parties, it sounds like he might be embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you need to have a conversation in a safe space where it's, I can help you through this. I want to love you through this. So show me how to approach you the way you want to be approached. And this is how I want to be approached. And you might just have to take super, super baby steps with it. But if it's a hard no and it's off the table and that's a deal breaker, then, that is something that even the Bible says you can divorce over without any sort of sin.
For real?
Yeah.
Is that King James or is that like the Old Testament? Which one is it?
King James is the Old Testament.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I did go to CCT. I did go to CCT.
I don't think you were thinking about the Bible.
Oh, Lordy. All right, next up. Would it be overreacting to leave my husband after discovering he was already married when we wed? Ooh, making our marriage legally void. I recently found out that my husband was married when he married me. I never knew he was married before me. I even asked him before, and he said no. He was married in another state, so I guess that's why I didn't show up when we got married. But legally, this makes our marriage null and void. He told me he got married for military benefits and never lived with the woman. We've been married for 7 years now, but it feels like a lie. I want to leave him. Am I overreacting?
When did she find out?
Right, it sounds like it's been going on for 7 years.
After 7 years of marriage.
Golly.
After 7 years she found out, or she found out and she's been at it for 7 years?
After 7 years of marriage, she found out that she's not legally married and their marriage is null and void.
Another awful, terrible one.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia. I'd be running for the hills.
Yeah. I mean,
You are not overreacting.
So
I feel like that's a walk away. If you don't have kids, then, absolutely walk away because that is a huge breach of trust. If you have kids, might want to figure that out in a different way.
I have a legal question, right? 7 years in most states is common law marriage.
Right, true story.
But how can you be common law married if you're already married to somebody else? Or is it possible to be married to somebody else and common law at the same time? This is a legal question I wish I had an answer for.
Yeah, this is an interesting, twisty one.
You can't be married to more than one person
but
at
you've
a time
legally
right
been
now.
with them 7 years.
You
But that
can,
doesn't matter.
where? Like, where was Big Love from?
Utah.
It's still not legal there.
Oh.
And so what they do is they have their legal spouse and then they have their spouse in love. So, I mean, that's the way people get around.
I'm out, and I would certainly have hoped that you would have figured that out beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel
that's
bad for
a
her, though.
horrible lie to tell somebody after 7 years. Yeah, I forgot to tell you I married somebody, but it was just for the military benefits.
Right.
But what a code word that is.
Right.
Because benefits is in there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
But I
you're
want to
right.
know.
Yeah.
But I want to know like how she found out, or is it a he or a she?
It's a she that wrote to us.
Okay, so theoretically, this is her husband who has another wife.
Right.
So, like, what benefits? Was he getting benefits from her military service?
Probably.
Was he sharing his military benefits with someone that was just in a hard spot?
No, I think it was the first one you said.
Okay, so deriving benefits from someone else and just like mooching off this person
It
and
sounds like
stopping
fraud.
them. Well, it is fraud.
Yeah.
Stopping them from living their life.
I have a question about the first person, the first wife. Are they just so happy that he's not around that they haven't pursued the divorce?
Probably.
Or did they divorce him and he doesn't even know he's been
It
divorced?
sounds like in this description that it was more of like a business transaction, like that they was just using the benefits for that moment, but you had to be married into it or something. Maybe
Wow.
he had a pre-existing condition or something that you needed.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I say get out. If
Get
there are no
out.
kids, then get out. If there are kids, then that makes it more
There's a great
complicated.
training video
and-
for this. It was a Saturday Night Live where David Spade was the flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, totally.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Go home to your wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gracious.
Yeah,
Ouch, that
would not be
hurts.
fun. I would not, no.
That
would
would
not enjoy
hurt.
that at all.
no, not at all.
Dude.
That's crazy.
No.
How would you react if you found out you were the other family?
Mm.
How would you react to that? Like,
It's sort of like finding out that you have another sibling out there that you never knew existed.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't you just be like, whoa,
yeah.
what were you doing, Pop? Yeah.
I think
feel-
if you found out there's another sibling, you know the answer to the second question you asked.
True.
I mean, I just kind of logically thinking this through.
Yeah.
Now, why did you do what you did, Pop? Might be a different question.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Dang.
I have one more if you guys want it.
All right.
Fire
let's do it.
away. These have been tough questions.
I
tonight.
know. I'm a 23-year-old woman. There is a man that I've been emotionally cheating with for a while now. I met him at a local pub that my partner and I would frequently go to. From time to time we met, I remember how he locked eyes and there was a definite sparkle there. If nothing else, it was at least a physical attraction. As the months went on, we flirted a lot with each other. My partner was there the whole time, but we would do it discreetly. However, I think that there is at least one staff member that knows that we have a connection. I would mention that this man is the manager of this pub. He consistently winks at me, raises his eyebrows, gets really excited, blah, blah, blah. Some of the days we talk for hours at a time and we can send hundreds of messages back and forth to each other. I think I'm in too deep. What do I do?
Okay. If he works at a pub, you're not the only one, babe. You're
True.
not the only one.
True.
He does this to lots and lots of women.
You gotta
This
make
is
it, yeah.
this is how he gets his ego boost.
So hundreds of messages a day, if he's doing it with lots of women, that's a lot of time on the phone. And he hasn't been busted yet?
Right.
That doesn't mean that he's sending unique messages.
Oh, they have scripts.
Yeah. I mean, he
They
could
cut
just
and
be
paste.
sending the exact same message to multiple women and then responding. I mean, he might be sending K.
That's like catfished.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, madly in love with my wife, so let's take that off the table, right?
True.
But if I wasn't madly in love with my wife, this is way too much work to flirt.
Could you imagine?
Hundreds of messages,
So-
and then if you're flirting with multiple people, that's a job inside of a job. No, thank you. I'm too lazy.
Well, I feel like this
I'm
is
just
how he
too
gets
damn
his
lazy.
ego
I don't
boost.
put lazy with you anywhere. Yeah.
To do that, I'm too
You're
lazy.
too
David.
busy. It is what
I'm
you need
too
to
lazy
say.
to do that. I don't want to do that.
Well, it's just, I mean, there are some guys that just get off on being like the
Wanted.
man that all the women are attracted to.
Right.
And he's probably if they're sending a ton of messages, they're probably sending explicit messages.
Oh,
let's be real.
100%. That's not
So,
in here, but
like,
yeah, probably.
he-
Barbara Jean rocked this answer.
Yeah, totally.
We have all missed it.
It's
Just
wonderful.
go to another bar.
That's it, though.
Right.
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it's a very simple
Lose
problem
that
to
number,
solve.
block it, and
Right.
go to another bar. Move
Forget-
on.
yeah.
But remember, blocking a number doesn't remove it from a phone.
What?
There's a block file.
Really?
There's a file on everything.
Yes. If you block a number, it's still in your phone.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Because it
And
has
you
to
can
be.
unblock
And so
it.
you can unblock it.
Right.
And so it's not that
I
it's...
do this from time to time with my
Yeah.
family, so it's fine. I get this. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I need space.
Yeah. So it's not that
Codependent
it's
no more.
gone just because you've blocked it. It's still there.
That would 100% be friends without benefits.
Yeah.
Which could also be our story of the wife that was married to someone for 7 years while he's been married to somebody else. So that he
Oh,
can
that
have
was
her
the
benefits
one.
because that's without your benefits too. So
Yeah.
it could be the whole theme of the show.
Oh, my word.
That was the one.
Plus,
that
we go
got me.
back to the woman who got married who.
Yeah.
This really is
This is-
Davey's friends without benefits question.
Controversial questions here. Yeah.
I'm noticing a theme rolling through
Just
here.
saying. Yes.
It's a lot of repression in these
I can't
questions.
help it.
I'm
We
so
have a
sorry.
hoish town. I mean, good Lord.
Well, not in
think
these
it's-
questions.
I don't think not with these. I don't think. I think people everywhere struggle with relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Absolutely.
phone does it. These phones and all these apps do not make any of that any easier, I don't think, or less stressful on people today than it did years ago when we were.
Right.
And spoiler alert, just because you're in a happy relationship doesn't mean that you don't struggle with relationships. I mean, you still struggle at times.
I mean, for better or for
even
worse.
if you're in a happy relationship. I mean,
But
you
we're
go
in a
through
happy
hard
relationship
times.
with Davey on the show, and we don't struggle. This just rolls every day.
I know, we're still in the honeymoon period.
Until I piss you off. I know. My voice hurts you like right here. It's like right in the
No,
middle.
I love
It's called
Dave's
South Philly.
voice. South Philly.
South Philly.
Yeah, now I love being on the Mike Davis show. That's how they talk.
Ouch.
thought-
Come on.
Ouch.
Sounds like
I
an
agree.
English accent.
Technology
I want a
has
glass
killed
of water.
dating and marriage.
Yeah.
They don't
I
say
agree with
water. They say
Austin.
wooder. W-O-O-D-E-R.
In South Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Wooder?
Yeah, give me a glass of water.
It's not like Boston with water.
No, yeah. You gonna be washing that later?
Now that is a Southern word. Thank you very much.
Martian.
Martian is.
Wash.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the wash or the wash. Wash.
it.
Yes, I'm going to wash those things.
Melissa
later.
wants to know where you are getting these letters, Davey.
So I open up on my forum and Instagram stories, and I ask people to write in to Mike for relationship advice. So if anybody wants to send me something, it's all anonymous. You can slide into my DMs, and I will remix it up and get it out to the crew here.
Look, and we said that we are not experts at this. We're just telling you what we got. If you,
Absolutely.
If you got
It's our
somebody you care
opinions.
about,
Yeah.
counseling's the key. Go find somebody.
I
in
definitely tell them
counseling.
that we're going to give raw opinions, and it could go left or right. So you never know. So I mean, it's the truth. We're going to
I
be
highly
positive.
encourage therapy whenever, if you need to talk to somebody, therapy. Go
Yeah.
talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about with this stuff. We're just giving our opinions.
Yeah.
We're- Yeah, and some of our listeners are too. We don't know all the ins and outs of your relationship. You wrote less than 100 words, and we're
Right, true,
So
true,
let's
true.
let's disclaimer.
They've
that
all
the
been
way.
very well received every
Yes.
single time. So
Okay, good.
I picked them strategically because I want to make sure that it's
Yeah,
going
I'm
to be
waiting
received.
for one
yeah.
of the boyfriends to roll up. You told the girl that I was flirting with for 7 years to leave me and go to another bar.
Hey, I don't know if that
I
guy.
had no idea it was you, dude.
He's not
So-
watching this sophisticated show.
We're almost out of time, but I just heard an "Am I the asshole?" post. Have you ever heard of these forums? You have, right?
Yeah.
So there was this one girl who was dating this guy who was bragging about, or they were engaged, they were about to get married, and he was bragging about how he was never going to have to work again because he was marrying rich and blah 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 blah, and he was being super choosy about everything. Like they were going to be gifted a house, but he didn't like the caliber house they were going to be gifted, so like manipulated his way into this better house. And so the fiance, the girl, the rich girl, she's talking to her friends like, I don't know, I'm really struggling with what he wants to do for a honeymoon. I don't like the idea. And the girl's like, well, just tell him that your parents lost all their money in like the market crash, and you guys are going to have to pay for your wedding now, and you're going to have to pay for
he
the
ran.
house, and find out how he reacts. And he broke up with her.
Yep.
In a heartbeat.
Yep.
She told him that news, broke up with her. And then the fiance is mad at the friend who gave her the suggestion. She's like, I knew
the friendship was over. I knew the
It's for
friendship was
sure
over. I didn't
over.
even
That's
have to get to the end.
crappy.
No,
And so the friend was like, am
knew
I
that
the
was
a-hole?
No,
for
you are
suggesting it?
not.
No,
You're
absolutely
being an
not.
actual friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're the only one. And the dad was fully supportive because, of course, he didn't want to pay for that dude.
I had a friend who was having a horrible relationship with a girl. He asked me what to do. And he was at a different college. I was visiting. I said, you should break up with her. I am convinced before I could get back to my college, he had slept with her again, and they dated for another 2 years, and it was a even worse breakup. It was horrible. It
Yep.
was terrible.
Same.
And I was like, and he didn't talk to me for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Because you knew the truth and you showed them the truth.
You're unhappy. You're not going to get any happier. Yeah,
Right.
that the friend never had a chance in that discussion. Because if she hadn't said anything and she married the guy and he took her for all of her money, you didn't tell me. That friend was doomed from the minute the question was asked.
Yep.
It was over.
Well, I've always been that friend. I've always been
Me
that
too.
friend that's been like, look, this dude's abusive, or this is not a healthy relationship. Like, you really need to reconsider. And so I have been dropped by high school friends who then ultimately broke up with those guys, but they don't come back and tell you, oh, you're right, I want to be your friend again.
No, but honestly, those aren't real friends.
Yes.
Sorry. True. Drive through twice.
I don't know what that means.
It just means keep going around the loop. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't know what that was like. Is that code for something?
Yeah,
I didn't
street
know that.
term, Mike.
South of Philly street term.
Yeah, I'm getting you hip.
Oh my gosh. All right, this has been the Mike Davis Show.
Yep.
Watch the morning show tomorrow morning.
And big
Okay.
show tomorrow night.
And tomorrow night, come back here because we're going to have a whole nother show with a great cast. I think Davey's coming back tomorrow
Ooh,
night.
pinky up. Here we
Amanda's
go.
going to be here. We may or may
Yay.
not have additional guests.
Yay.
All right.